But damn, if you weren't afraid to fly before, this picture might fill the void. Because, nightmare fuel. Nightmare fuel. It's the creature from Nope eating an airplane just in time for Halloween. And I was just thinking about getting on an airplane and taking a trip, but now, nope. What does this picture have to do with anything in this spooky, foggy Monday morning that we're having here where I live at Site B at about 8:30? Well, it's Monday, so it probably has something to do with a bundle time. That's right, it's time to take a look at all the wonderful new PDFs that we can take advantage of this week. Freebies, discounted, or charity bundles. Which means, once again, remember these are PDFs and digital files. So before you download and install any of these, run them through the virus checker, malware checker, thingy checker of your choice to make sure there's nothing attached to them that might be a little bit insidious. Blah. I use the word insidious because Halloween and because of this picture. And yes, I have posted a link to the product this picture is from. It is from a free Call of Cthulhu adventure, in case there was any questions that what this was for. This comes to us from Jim Phillips. It's available over at Drive-Thru. It is a modern-day Call of Cthulhu scenario set about, well, I'm just going to give you a guess what the plot is. Yeah, okay. We also have something from Hill Giant called Witches for Dinner. It's a system-neutral horror adventure for whatever, fantasy. We've got a new free game system. This one comes to us from James Hanley. This is called the Primrose Core Rulebook. It's a D10 dice pool system where you take on the rules of woodland critters, blah, 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 mice, rats, and badgers, and weasels, and isolated communities of secretive NIM type anthropomorphic animals. From Todd D. Press, we have a collection of NPCs for Savage Worlds. So if you're looking for some pre-generated characters for Savage Worlds, Todd D. Peters has released 10 fantasy characters at the novice level that you could find on Drive-Thru for Savage Worlds. And now we're beginning a huge run on stuff for VTTs. I'm not sure why. We got a lot of stuff on VTTs this week. We've got some 3D terrain for your 3D printer, as opposed to 3D terrain for your 1D printer. So yes, as long as you have a 3D printer, you can print these out. There's some, doesn't say what they are, just says Papersmith Workshop has released some new stuff. Okay. We have a new adventure for DCC and other OSR games called The Great Dwarf Road from Simon Games. It's a take on Mad Max, but with dwarves instead of angry humans in the future. We've got some new stuff from Nightpath Publishing called Struct, an innovative system for GM-less or GM-like games, where there's new GM creators for the systems, plus it has a download you can add on to Windows. This is all part of the Nightpath Publishing Entomancy setting, their cyberpunk fantasy setting. So basically Shadowrun. So now they've added some new rules to make it a little bit more GM friendly, GM light, less work for the GM, more time for the players to do player stuff, including rules for no GM whatsoever. From Gold Tree Tales, we have released Ultimate Dungeon Warrior, Children of Ozogroth, a 5e adventure for 5e, featuring the latest new theme of 5e, multiverse. So this guy's trying to jump on the Planescape bandwagon before Planescape comes out and is disappointing. We've got some new stuff for Pathfinder 2nd Edition over at Drive-Thru. This comes to us from Arturo Cernaro. He has created some new spells and spell slots and some new information for the classifications of the Rage of Elements Adventure Path sourcebook for Paizo. Rage of Elements is the latest adventure path / source book in the Pathfinder 2nd edition. It is going to, I guess, sort of explain some of the changes between Pathfinder 2nd edition and Pathfinder 2nd edition remastered. It's a loving homage, of course, to Temple of Elemental Evil, because, you know, why not? Paizo is, you know, always been taking classic adventures and then regurgitating them in Pathfinder terms, and they're usually pretty good, if not better than the original. Dungeon Masters Guild has a new collection of its usual stuff for us: magic items, new spells, new adventures, new stuff, new characters, new subclasses, the usual stuff. This week it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 new thingies for your 5e game as we get closer and closer to January 2024 and the possible, inevitable, maybe end or restructure of DM's Guild. I guess a lot of people are trying to just get their stuff out there in the winds. So if Wizards shuts down DM's Guild or revises it to follow the brand new 2024 D&D manifesto, ooh, man, my brain is working hard today. I'm coming up with all sorts of big words. Here, you know, these guys want to make sure their stuff is still out there and in circulation before Wizards can go, no, take that out of circulation. It goes against everything we just said. Oh, wait, we just said something else. Choose to pay attention to us or not at your own peril. So, yes, we got that. And finally, we have, where to go? A new mini boss for your 5e game of choice. It is called the God of All Chickens. It is a kaiju chicken to sort of make fun of the Big Beast Presents Glory of the Giants, as the Big Beast Presents Glory of the Giants has the goose that lays the golden egg for it as one of the many iconic monsters that are associated with the giant. This guy is like, goose, you don't get all the fun. Here's a gigantic kaiju chicken to make lives for your adventures miserable. Imagine if the two of them got into a fight over some gigantic kaiju corn or something. That'd be awesome. So that's all the freebies today for drive-through and, God, I'm getting a headache. DM's Guild. As always, these can be found on the free button for drive-through and DM's Guild. Just go over to either drive-through or DM's Guild. They're basically the same site. And if you look onto the right-hand side, where you'll see a big pink slot with the names of all the companies, and at the very bottom, you'll see a big red button that says free. Click that button with your mouse of choice, and we'll hopefully send you to the page where all the things I just talked about are listed, including some ones that I didn't talk about. Moving on to sales. And again, a lot of these are VTT, which means before you download any of these, check them to make sure that they do not have viruses. So we've got a huge, again, big sale on DM's Guild for Adventurers League stuff. It's 25% off. Over 1,200 adventures, all Adventure League source books. Again, it kind of feels like they're trying to get as much stuff out there as possible before January 2024, and the possibility that Wizards says, no, you can't do this anymore. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but that's what it kind of feels like. And then we've got the same thing over at the Storytellers Vault. Storytellers Vault is the same people that does Drive-Thru and DM's Guild. And this is called the Summer of Darkness sale. They've got about 500 titles on sale for the World of Darkness from these various people who can support the World of Darkness, like White Wolf, Onyx, Renegade, and I don't know who else. Maybe I'm making World of Darkness stuff and I just don't know it. It does seem to be a lot of people. Somebody explained this to me once, why so many different companies can make World of Darkness stuff. And I completely forgot the explanation, but I am sure it has to do something with the license or lack thereof. Probably, the same reason why so many different people can make Call of Cthulhu stuff and not really step on each other's feet. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the original creators for Wizards, Wizards of Darkness, World of Darkness. But hey, yeah, 500 titles available, 25% off on the Storytellers Vault. If for your vampire goodness. We've got a bunch of VTT bundles. We've got the Talbot Dory campaign setting for from Darrington Press. This bundle includes everything that's been made so far for Tal'Dorei, and has been converted over to the magic of Roll20 to add to your campaign setting if you're running Matt Mercer-inspired 5e using Roll20. This is a $52 bundle. Ouch. And it's on Roll20, which I've had some personal experience with Roll20, and it's pretty awful. Mothership has finally made its way to Roll20 for good or for bad. We've got 2 bundles of stuff for Mothership. We've got the starter bundle with the Mothership core rules and some other bits and bobs for Roll20. That one's $20. We've got the Mothership Adventure modules, which features Adventures Dead Planet and others, some planet crawl generators, some generators for making derelict spaceships, and some more random tables to add to your Mothership game if you're running Mothership on Roll20. This one's $19. Then for Roll20, we have the 5e conversion of the popular modern D20 system from Evil Genius Games, Everyday Heroes. This is $44. Again, Roll20. So it's a 5e conversion of a game that uses 5e. Because Everyday Heroes is D20 Modern updated to the 5e frame rate. So you've converted the game to 5e that was already using 5e. How does that work? How does that work? I'm going to convert this to the exact same thing? Why? I don't get it. I don't understand. That's got to be a mistake. Everyday Heroes core rulebook, roll VTT plus 2020. The special bundle contains everything that you need for Everyday Heroes core rulebook. I don't know. It's got to be a misprint, right? Maybe. I think what they're trying to say is we have converted Everyday Heroes to Roll20. And if you don't know what Everyday Heroes is, it is the 5e modern day system that Evil Genius Games came out with. Maybe that's what they're meant to say, and they just wrote it wrong. Because that sentence really makes no sense. I'm converting this 5e product to 5e, and then I'm converting it to Roll20. It's already a 5e product, so that's probably not what you meant to say. But I'm going to make fun of you for saying it that way. We've got another one. This one comes to us from Elven Tower. It is 3 new 5e adventures. This one is for Foundry, another system I've had experience with, and I like Foundry a little better. But not a lot. So we've got 3 new adventures, 4 5e, 4 VTT. This one for Foundry. They're called In the Hall of the Mountain King, Die with Your Boots On, and Curse of the Eternal Undead. And these are $14 each. And then we've got a discount of over 200 new subclasses available on the DM's Guild. These all come to us from DM Slash. It's $23. And he has got a bundle with over 20 new subclasses, plus 20 new magic items, plus 20 new feats, all for $23, all for 5e, all brand new. It's on DM's Guild, which means it's technically official 5e content, at least till January 2024. Then we don't know. Wizards and Drive-Thru and Dungeon Masters Guild still have not responded to my request for information. And when reaching out to the people who use the DM's Guild for Adventurers League product, and if they've been told anything for what Wizards of the Coast has plans for them and DM's Guild in the future, a lot of them speculated, but none of them had a 100% answer. So guess. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. Moving on to charity bundles, which means, as always, when dealing with charities, if it's a charity you want to support, maybe just give the money directly to the charity, because often and not, these bundles really, be easier just to give the money directly to the charity. And I'm still surprised I haven't gotten into trouble for saying this. Okay, Sleepy Sasquatch Games, say that 5 times fast. Sleepy Sasquatch Games, yeah, no, you can't. It's got a fundraiser still going on for the dog that's having some medical issues. It's a 12-year-old dog. And it is having some medical issues, and vet bills are unbelievably outrageous. As you know, I had to take Steve to the vet last week, and that was almost $400 to be told we're not sure. So yeah, you could get this bundle, which has a whole bunch of stuff for the solo RPG market, or you could just go directly to the GoFundMe and give the money directly to Gizmo, or you can contact them and say, hey, what vet is Gizmo going to? I want to give them some money for his medical bills. So there's a lot of different ways you could support this guy. All our best wishes to this guy and his dog, because the world is a better place with dogs in it. Moving on to music. Bandcamp has a collection of 50 dungeon synth music tracks from a variety of artists. Did you just invent a music genre that doesn't exist? Dungeon synth? So synthesized dungeon sounds? So if you're looking for something to do spooky theme music while you're running D&D, they've got some on Bandcamp. Plus, these are DRM downloads as well, so you could play them on your thingy. This goes to support LGBTQ charities. $7 is the most popular pledge. So if you want some spooky, themey music, you could download it, or you could just give the money directly to the LGB charity of your choice, or not. Shadow of the Demon Lord has got two huge bundles. We've got a starter bundle on Bundle of Holding, it looks like. This goes to wildlife conservation charities. It's $8 and includes everything you need to start playing Shadow of the Demon Lord, or the upcoming Shadow of the Weird Wizard, which is the more family-friendly version of Shadow of the Demon Lord, which makes you wonder just how dark Shadow of the Demon Lord is after all this time, they're like, maybe we should have made this a little bit more family-friendly. I don't know, just tossing it out there. Yeah, well, I mean, everybody's heard of us, right? Everybody's heard of Shadow of the Demon Lord. I mean, nobody plays it, but everybody's heard of it. All right, so yeah, that's $8 for that one. And then we have the supplement bundle for $13. Again, all the funds go to wildlife conservation charities. And this features monsters, magic, source books, 5e conversions, all the different magic of the world of Shadow of the Demon Lord. This bundle, so basically pretty much everything that has been published for Shadow of the Demon Lord. Green Ronin has a bundle for Blue Rose, which is their romantic fantasy system. Blue Rose was the system before Age and Dungeon Age, or Dragon Age, or whatever it's called. So they did Blue Rose, then they did Dragon Age, or Dungeon. Yes, Dragon Age, right? And then they did the Age system. And a lot of people have said that Blue Rose is the better version of the Age system than the second edition of the Age system that just came out. I guess Green Ronin was listening, because they've released 2 bundles of Blue Rose stuff. The first bundle is everything you need to start playing Blue Rose, the narrator's kit, the player's handbook, stuff like that. It's $8, and it goes to support LGBTQ charities in the area. The second bundle is, of course, all the adventures and supplements that have been made for Blue Rose. This is $10, and again, it goes to support LGBTQ charities in the area. Hank from Runehammer, my friend Hank from Runehammer, one of the most prolific, amazing people in the gaming industry. If you're not a fan of Hank, I highly suggest you head on over to YouTube and check out Runehammer Games /Drunken and Dragons / this guy's stuff is amazing. Just such an inspiration. And his amazing award-winning game, Index Card RPG, has a bundle. $10 is the bare minimum to get everything that is basic for playing Index Card, the award-winning, highly rated Index Card role-playing. And then you can go all the way up to the $40 to get all the extras. We'll go over that in a second. If you're looking to read some books, for those of us who still remember how to read, there is some fiction available for the world of Pathfinder. We've got the Pathfinder Tales bundle for fiction novels from the Pathfinder setting. I knew there were Pathfinder books, right? Yeah, I mean, I've never read one, but I knew there were some. So this one features 41 novels from various artists. $25 is the most popular pledge. It goes to support literacy programs in the area. So if you know how to read, or if you know somebody who knows how to read and you want to get them a bundle of PDFs of books for them to read on their favorite electronic book reader of choice, you could do this. Or you could just give the money directly to the charity if you don't happen to own a book reader. And remember, since you're downloading media files for this one, check it for viruses and make sure it's okay. We've got a system of tables. This is called the Tabletop RPG Bundle. It's on Humble. It's a gold mine of materials for players and DMs alike, with a variety of basically random tables and world generation tables and tables about setting the table, table. So basically $20 worth of random tables and world building ideas from multiple settings, and it goes to support children's hospitals in the area. Or you could just give $20 to the children's hospital of your choice. Hero Lab has an essential character management tool for Pathfinder that links you up to Hero Lab online and gives you 3 months of Hero Lab time. $24 gets you all that, plus extras. It goes to support the Trevor Project. What is this? I guess this is a management tool similar to like D&D Beyond. Doesn't show a picture, but okay. Just called the Hero Lab Essential Character Management Tools for Pathfinder Software Bundle. So that's 10 times fast. So I guess it is something that does the similar thing to D&D Beyond or other things. It's just you load all your characters and all the stuff and all the tools, and then you carry your electronic thingy with you. And then when you're doing your game, you look at your electronic thingy and go flip. The only problem with these is, of course, you have to have an electronic thingy. And where you're gaming has to have a good enough source of electricity and internet access that having your stuff in the internet, you can actually access it through your electronic thingy. Or you could just buy the book. I don't know. The Traveler Bundle from Mongoose is still going up. And this has got a huge library of Traveler stuff. If you've ever wanted to get into the Mongoose publishing version of Traveler, now's a good time because it's got the core rulebook, the update for the core rulebook, tons of adventures, tons of add-ons. $18 is the most popular pledge, and it goes to charities that research cancer. The Humble Bundle for video games is still up for the D&D Pathfinder themed video games. $12 gets you Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Planescape Torment, Baldur's Gate Siege of Dragonspear, Faces of Good and Evil, Neverwinter Nights Enhanced Edition, and Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So that's 10 video games for $12. Wow, that's amazing. This goes to support educational charities like Active Minds and Literacy. Of course, since you're downloading a video game type thingy, check it for viruses and malware, please. Speaking of video thingies, Modifius has licensed their Fallout line to have 3D printer thingies. $18 is the most popular pledge, and it gets you all sorts of Fallout themed stuff for 3D printing, plus some ones for some other games like Elder Scrolls and other thingies. So it's video games that have been turned into role-playing games that have been turned back into video properties, in this case, 3D printing. Because, yeah, $18 is the most popular pledge. Gets you all that stuff. These are STT files or whatever they're called. So double check them. Check them both when you download them and before you have your printer start printing these things out. Double check them. $18 seems relatively reasonable for all the stuff. So, yeah. And this goes to support the international rescue community. No, as much as we would like it, it is not the Thunderbirds. There actually is an organization called International Rescue. They do not have cool spaceships. I wish they did. Because, I mean, who doesn't love Thunderbird 2? Right? We all love Thunderbird 2, right? 4, 3, 2, 1. Thunderbirds are go. Ba, 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 ba. Can we just look at this again and just go, wow, nightmare fuel. Just happy Halloween. Just, yeah, no, I never want to see this again. That is just frightening. All right, that's all the bundles for this week. If any of those sound like something you want to run off and purchase, remember these are all on Drive-Thru, DM's Guild, Bundle of Holding, or Humble Bumble. They will gladly take your digital money in exchange for digital product. And when downloading digital product like these, especially with like the music files and the VTT files and the, I don't know how that works, but 3D printer files, double and triple check them for viruses and malware and all that other insidious thing. There, I use the big word again. The maliciousness of malware. And again, in regards to the charities, maybe just give the money to the charity directly. Bypass the middleman. I don't know. That was what I would do if I was going to give money to a charity. A lot of good deals this week and a lot of digital stuff, which would, again, give some credence to the thought that a lot of the companies are taking their product to the digital universe because, you know, they kind of have to because paper's getting expensive, I guess. Anyways, that's it. We'll be back for more. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Help me hit 2,000 subs for the end of the year. And have a great day. Hopefully the sun will come out soon because this weather is killing my head. I hate you, muggy, foggy weather. I hate you so much.